What is up, everypony? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be continuing my series of my top 10 favorite Friendship is Magic episodes. Today I am going to be covering my honorable mentions. I have a lot of honorable mentions because there were so many to choose from, it was hard to dwindle them down. So I'm going to rapid fire here and go through as many as I can. So let's get started. Sound of Silence. Twilight is sending Applejack and Fluttershy to a new friendship quest to the Peaks of Peril, home to both the Nearek and the Kirin. Upon arriving, Applejack tries to go ahead and tries to encourage Fluttershy to keep up the pace. Once Applejack is at the top, she realizes that Fluttershy isn't with her, because Fluttershy stopped and helped little woodland critters to help build their nest. Sorry. But in the process, Fluttershy found a shortcut. Once they reach the top, the two finds a village of Kirin, but the problem is they don't speak. They ask if there's any Kirin that does speak, and they direct them to a Kirin who does speak. And now I'm forgetting her name. This is a little okay, I forgot this person's name. Okay, I'm just gonna continue because I don't have time. The Kirin turns out to be the only Kirin left who speaks. The Kirin used to speak until a fight broke out and they all turned into Nearek. Is that the right term for these guys? Nearek? I'm gonna get blasted in the comments if I get for all this stuff I'm getting wrong. The Nearek burned down their entire village, so their leader, I'm going to reference these both Nearek and Kirin as the Kirin because technically they're the same creature. So the Kirin leader sends them into the stream of silence to cool their emotions. Autumn Blaze, that's her name. Autumn Blaze finds a cure for the silence and is able to restore her voice. But her village decides to make her choose between her voice and saving the village. With Applejack's help, she agrees to help free her village from the silence. Her and Fluttershy get into a little debate on how to do this, which breaks into an argument which causes the Kirin to try to put them in the River of Silence. Autumn Blaze returns to try to save them, and in the process, she convinces her village to take the cure. With the help of Applejack and Fluttershy, the Kirin decide to break their silence and find the cure. With the help of some woodland creatures, they find the cure again. The cure, which is a flower called Fool's Breath, and make a cure to restore everyone's voices. The times they are a changeling. Starlight, Twilight, and Spike return to the Crystal Empire to find it empty. Once Spike takes off his disguise, he gets mobbed. But as quickly as they appeared, quickly they departed. Apparently, according to Shining Armor and Cadance, there's a changeling nearby. To make sure that Twilight and the Starlight and Spike to make sure that they are who they say they are, Cadance tests Twilight by doing the Sunshine dance. Upon hearing that they're a changeling, the royal guards ask if Spike, the brave and glorious, can lead them into finding the changeling. Spike falls down the hole where he finds a reflection of himself, which turns out it's not a reflection, it's a changeling. The changeling actually saves Spike from falling down a cavern, and turns out this changeling is a reformed changeling. With the help of Spike, he snuck changeling, also known as Thorax, into the Crystal Empire to try to make some friends. In the process, they run into Twilight, and thinking this on the fly, Spike gives Thorax a nickname, Crystal Hoof. He takes Crystal Hoof around the Crystal Empire, introducing him to the Crystal Ponies. After a while, Cadance asks to see Crystal Hoof, where all the love surrounding Fireheart makes Thorax lose control, revealing his true self. Spike is too scared to lose his respect from his friends. He doesn't stand up for Thorax. Later, Spike finds Thorax again to apologize and decides to put his friend first instead of his pride. Spike returns to the Crystal Empire with Thorax to tell everyone that he's reformed. And then one of the best songs I've heard, Spike delivers a powerful message and explains how Thorax has changed. Twilight is overjoyed to find out that Spike redeemed and stuck up to a friend. Redeemed a changeling and stuck up for his friend. Thorax is then welcomed to the Crystal Empire by Twilight and everyone else. 28 pranks later, Rainbow Dash is on a pranking spree once again. The others ask Pinkie Pie to help calm down Rainbow Dash's pranking. But when she goes to talk to Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie finds out that Rainbow Dash has a prank on the entire town. She had replaced all the Philly Guide cookies with joke cookies to make their mouths rainbow. The next morning, Pinkie Pie turns out to be sick from the joke cookies, but Rainbow Dash doesn't realize this at the time. Rainbow Dash helps sell all the joke cookies with the Canyon Mark Crusaders and spreads them across town. Later that night, Rainbow Dash realizes that no one's out and realizes that they have been eating the cookies, but no one is around. Rainbow Dash finds Mrs. Cake in the kitchen, where it turns out that she's in some sort of trance, along with Pinkie Pie and the Cake Twins. After flying around, she realizes that Twilight, Spike, and the entire village is also under this weird trance. Apparently, the cookies are causing them to be very weird. She warns Rarity and the others about what's going on in town, and all of them go to hide out in Applejack's barn. Upon arriving, the entire town tries to break into the barn, where Rainbow Dash then reveals that she might have accidentally made the entire town sick with the joke cookies. But then it turns out that Rarity, Applejack, and the CNCs all are in this trance as well. Rainbow Dash is incredibly scared for her life and pleads for all of them to stop. When it turns out that the entire town was teaming up to prank Rainbow Dash and turn the tides on her. Pinkie Pie explains that after Rainbow Dash acknowledged her plan to Pinkie Pie, she got the entire town to switch things up and flip the script on her. Rainbow Dash learned the error of her ways and promised to respect people's boundaries. The Big Mac question. Big Mac is planning to propose to Sugar Belle and acknowledges to Spike and surprisingly Discord. I was shocked about that. Together, Discord and Spike help Big Mac in a way to propose to Sugar Belle, which again, I was a little surprised Discord was willing to help. While in the process, Spike goes to Sugar Cake's corner where he finds Mrs. Cake in some sort of cooking up a feast for an unknown reason. Spike accidentally ruins all the desserts with his fire, and Mrs. Cake now has to start all over. In the process, while that's going on, Discord hides a bunch of apples, which he has reanimated into living apples to spread the messages, spread clues to Sugar Belle. And but it happens to be that all the apples group together and turn into this huge monster. We then get taken back and realize that Sugar Belle was also planning on proposing to Big Mac and asked the CMCs and Mrs. Cake for help. In the process of the CMCs delivering the first note to Big Mac, they ran into Granny Smith. The others group up to only find that and only get into an argument about how each other ruined the proposal for the other. It turned out that Big Mac and Sugar Belle walked off during this fight, only to head to Big Mac's parents' tree. Big Mac and Sugar Belle confess their love for one another, and Big Mac proposes to Sugar Belle. They get married at the exact same spot where Big Mac proposed, in the same spot where his parents got married. Fame and misfortune. In this episode, Twilight finds the old friendship journal that they all kept, and decides to make a copy for every one of her friends. She has a brilliant idea to let everyone read the book and make multiple copies to share across Equestria. So they immediately put stores on for sale, their story up for sale, where it turns out that it has some negative consequences. Pinkie Pie is seen as a living joke. Rainbow Dash has stalkers who won't leave her alone. Fluttershy is getting picked on by critics. Rarity is getting boycotted by the citizens of Ponyville. And ponies are overflowing Sweet Apple Acres. All the main six return to Twilight's castle to seek refuge, where Twilight explains to the crowd that the book was supposed to help them learn about friendship. But after some stubborn remarks from a critic, Twilight tries to explain that these were their real stories and life experiences that they have learned. Throughout, they sing a song explain that they all have flaws, and that's what makes their friendship strong. In the end, they all realize that it doesn't matter what other people think, because their friends know the truth. Alright, so that was my honorable mentions. I went through as many as I could. So this concludes this part. Next part will be my second choice for favorite, and my favorite. So please stay tuned to hear my favorite and runner-up choice for my favorite episode of Friendship is Magic. Until then, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.